Guys, microphones on? Kelly. All right, welcome everybody to Continental Schools Governing Board meeting on December 5th. Call to order. First, we'll do the Pledge of Allegiance. You could all stand. Mrs. Allen, if you could lead us.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We could have our roll call, please.
Mrs. Price? Here. Mrs. Allen? Here. Mr. McGibbon?
Here.
Mr. O'Leary?
Here.
Mr. Osterman?
I'm here. You could just make a note for the record. Mr. McGibbon is here by telephone. Conference call, whatever the right thing is. So next is to approve the agenda. This is a motion item.
I move to approve the agenda.
I'll second. Any discussion? Roll call, please.
Mrs. Price?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. McGibbon?
Here.
Mr. O'Leary?
Yes.
Mr. Osterman?
Approved. Call to the public. Very anxious for this one. Mr. Karu Paparitz has been a very supportive member of our community, our school especially, and he's got some, I'm not going to spoil any of your thunder, man. Just go.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's go. Let's go get it.
Tell us when.
Tell us when? Okay, real quick here. Start. Okay. Thank you, board. It's great to see you. Thank you, everyone. It's wonderful to be here.
Partner pilot pen makers of friction and
And-
commercial fit up the categories and the
Tell a story.
for those fearlessly making
Come
big
on.
statements. And speaking of big statements, you have to see this video.
Check out that sound.
If you don't watch this.
Welcome to Continental Elementary School in Green Valley, Arizona. we want you to celebrate with us today a very special event. We're going to celebrate our receiving a Guinness World Record for the world's largest handwritten thank you letter on the letter stamp. We are standing on the letter right now.
The kids wrote this so cool. The students used butcher paper to create the letter. It's 85 feet long and more than 50 feet wide. And it's not just about breaking records. There's a lesson behind it. So here to tell us about it is the man who started this project. Please welcome author and literacy advocate, Karu Papridge. Y'all give it up. Nice to see you. Dad, see you. So this is the craziest part. So you guys actually mailed that letter.
Yeah.
How?
It was a feat. I gotta tell you, when you fold up a letter that size,
Yeah.
it's like a giant 20-foot long burrito. It took 15 minutes.
Also sounds good.
And look at them folding it and working with the paper. We said to stuff it in the back of the postal truck. And we sent it to our sister school. The postmaster stamped it. So it's official. It's an official letter.
I love that. They were so excited to just hear the kids all get excited to be part of something like that. So how did you become an advocate for people writing letters?
Well, this is sort of an interesting spiritual story, but I actually worked in the feature film industry. I actually worked on the Universal Law a gazillion years ago.
Oh, welcome back.
Feels good to be back. But I became disillusioned with the film industry, and I decided I just wanted to head on out, and I ended up finding a job working as a cowboy
Yeah.
on a small, desolate ranch in Arizona, and it was like coming back to my roots. My granddad had a ranch when I grew up,
Yeah.
but what was fascinating was I started writing letters out there. And I started creating a story. The story became a book, and the book, came out. But I discovered the power of what it was to write a letter. And what's amazing is when you write a letter and you put your time into it, you actually it goes into the page, you give that to somebody, and they give you the gift of time. And you receive it. So it's really an interesting thing. And so.
You're a romantic cowboy. I like it.
Really,
Yeah.
that's really sad. No,
That's not bad. Super hot. That's great. I love writing letters. I'm actually really into personally writing them. I do it all the time. Do y'all like writing letters? Most people just stick to your phone, I guess, nowadays. Do y'all ever write?
My son goes to camp, and they make the kids write letters too, which is so important, you know?
Yeah, no, it is, yeah.
It is the gift of time. It's they're taking time out of their day to make you important and send you something. That's so nice.
Yeah.
So how did you get involved with the school?
Well, my son went to school there.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. And a big shout out to the school because we could not do any of this. This letter stuff to the students, to the teachers, to the superintendent and all that. So, but what was really cool is they allow me to do these things. And it brings hope and positivity to kids in a world where they've got so much turmoil, they've gone through COVID and all this, and we do this through letters. And so the first thing we teach them about writing a letter is you do it from the heart, right?
And you're getting them away from all the tech. They're in the tech world, right? So it's like a real handwritten letter.
And it slows them down.
Yeah.
And it's not a text, it's not, we're teaching them patience and we're teaching them gratitude.
Yeah.
Because when you write a letter, you end up giving that to somebody.
Yeah.
And you give it to your community or however it works. So it's such a cool thing. And it's not work for them. It's fun.
Oh my gosh, it's the best way to immerse them into learning something. Yeah. And because it inspire them to do something. Because they're not of a generation where people wrote, they don't write letters generally. So I think that's really cool to bring it back. But we have to take a short break and we'll be right back with the focus on going back to Chester. So as we were thinking
Well, that was a fun report to give.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah, where do we go from here?
Okay, well, I'm going to talk about that next, but I gotta thank, all you guys that come out and do the fun stuff on the big letter year after year, and all the letters you've written to the community, and the support of the parents, the support of the board, the support of the teachers who go, are you kidding? We have to do this again. Thank you to this guy over here who goes, oh my gosh, I have to do another one of these. And he complains about it with lots of love. And to
Deanna and to Ms. Rico, gosh, thank you for allowing me the opportunity to do this with such a wonderful, lovely, incredible school. And to give back to the community in this way. So thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Boys and girls, you can say now that you've been part of the Kelly Clarkson show. And Mrs. Cuevas, we need to tell you, what is the girl's name that was up there with Mr. Pepperitz? Elsa. Elsa, that's the voice from Elsa from Frozen. So he got to meet Elsa.
If you want Elsa's autograph, I will give it to you.
Yes, that was Elsa. So, Karu, we want to thank you for helping us always include fun and just building character, like our vision statement and our mission statement saying to build good character, to not forget the importance of writing letters, of being thankful, of being grateful, and for really getting positive, getting us in the media in a positive way, and for the world to see the difference that kids make and the things that are going on. And we're just a little, like we say, a little school with a big, huge heart. And I'm just really proud of our students, our parents, our staff, and just thank you for your big, crazy ideas. And I know I promised my team we're gonna tone it down a little bit now that we made it onto the show. So.
Well, today's show called up, so I'm gonna have to talk to
Oh,
Steve.
no.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can just go to Mr. Nathan from now on. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, guys, now it is time for the cult of the month. Wait, hang on. Never mind, I missed Ms. Rico's presentation. Then it's you guys. We still have pizza.
There's plenty of pizza, so if you want to come and get more.
So I accidentally skipped the approval of the minutes because we're excited for the Kelly Clarkson thing. So if we can get a motion for the approval of the minutes.
I'll move to approve the minutes of the November 14th meeting.
Second. Any discussion?
Mrs. Geis?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen? Yes. Mr. McGibbon?
Yes.
Mr. O'Leary?
Yes.
Mr. Osterman?
Yes. All right, sorry about that, people. Okay. The superintendent?
Okay, not too much to report for December, even though it's been busy, it's a short month for us. So again, vision and mission statement is there, boys and girls, I hope you're practicing it. Board members, remember we're gonna try to see in January when we have our curriculum board meeting to see if anybody has it memorized for special prizes, okay, to memorize the mission and the vision. Enrollment update, we're steady, holding at 642 students pre-K through 8th grade. We have 10 new students who will be entering in January when we come back from winter break. 5th, 6th, and 7th grades have the lowest enrollment. And of course, you can see that of the no new students are in 5th grade coming in January, which is where we'd love to have them. Class sizes remain with 18 to 24 students in the classrooms, with 2 classes at 25 and 26, which are in 4th grade. Continental letter grade of an A. So we received a notification from the that our appeal has been granted, so our letter grade will be going from a B to an A. The review committee is going to be submitting the recommendation to ADE at their board meeting on December 9th, so it's not truly official, but we have the email from the review committee. So again, I'd like to thank staff for all their hard work in ensuring all of our students are progressing. We celebrated with staff on Wednesday, November 30th, because we couldn't keep it a secret. And we plan to celebrate with our students next Wednesday on the 14th. So stay tuned, because we are super, super proud of our students because they are the ones who have to show what they know. And just very, very proud. This is a goal that when I came in as superintendent, the goal was to get back to an A letter grade and to become an A+ school, which we will be applying for next year. So just thank you so very much, and teachers that are here, parents, just staff, kudos to all of you for all the hard work because it does pay off. Transportation update, we've had the biannual bus evacuation, so all students and teachers K-8 participated and have to evacuate the bus in under 2 minutes. So everyone has done a great job so far. Middle school will be finishing up this Wednesday and the next drills will occur in the spring. Climate surveys, please provide us with your feedback. So we only have 52 responses, parents, on the climate surveys. Student surveys have increased to 302. Staff surveys are 28, and we have over 100 staff members. So we truly want your feedback for planning and preparation in order to make necessary changes for school improvement. And we know that we have a lot of great things going on and are doing a great job, but we do want to hear there's always room for improvement in different areas, so please give us your feedback. More good news, like if we can take more good news, right? Hot off the ADE press, which is the Arizona Department of Education, just got an email today that we are no longer identified as a TSI school, which identified us as needing federal improvement for additional targeted support and improvement. And when I was here at Continental 6 years ago, we were identified in 2018, which was shortly after, due to our English language learners and our special ed students' lack of achievement. We were identified as a school that needed targeted support improvement. So we had additional funds with that in that we really ordered more material, provided more training for our teachers. We have now a special education director, which we didn't have in the past. Ms. Sabo's here, and she's our EL teacher and coordinator. So I'm so happy to report that we're off that radar too, so we won't be getting additional work to do from ADE. We just have to stay the course. So proud of our student, staff, admin team, and our parents for being supportive of our school improvement endeavors. So Colts rock. Thank you to Ms. Shelley Tice. Thank you for your service and contribution to Continental. We all wish you well, and we know that you'll stay in touch. This is Mrs. Tice's last board meeting, so we really appreciate her participation in the board and really her ability to expand our thinking and the ways of doing things and making us look at things differently has been good for all of us here at Continental. So thank you, Mrs. Tice. Upcoming, our January board meeting, please plan to attend. Don't miss our meeting. It is going to be Tuesday, January 10th. We are going to have a complete curriculum overview with assessment, data, and discipline behavior updates. Students will be here to show off their data binders that they've been compiling. So we're excited, and they are excited to talk to our board members. So we're going to have board members come in a little bit early so that kids can show and discuss their data binders with them. Also, our newly elected board member, Ruth Amarias, will be joining us along with members of Parent Advisory. Okay? So thank you. Have a great evening. That concludes my report, and happy holidays to everyone, even though we'll be seeing you all within the next couple of weeks as well. Thank you.
Isn't it nice to have all of this stuff?
Awesome. Yes, we've had great news.
It's because we've got good people and great students. So with that, we're going to turn it over to Mr. Lathan and Ms. Cuevas for our introduction of the special recognition of the Colts of the Month. All right, guys, that's why you're here, besides pizza.
All right, Colts of the Month, if you could come up and start lining up, bring your little yellow cards with you.
Okay, you're gonna have the preschool in front and then kindergarten. So if you're preschool, stand right on my toes. Preschool right here, and then kindergarten. Then first, second, third, fourth. You guys got it there, right?
My name is Jesse, I'm in preschool.
So Jesse's teacher writes, Jesse's very kind to his friends, especially the little ones in our class. He's extremely responsible in the classroom, making sure he follows the rules. He's an excellent role model in class, keeping himself and others safe. Congratulations, Jesse. Colts, make sure you head over to Miss Naya to get your Colts of the Month t-shirts. And if any of you have any students who were Colts of the Month this year, we will be distributing their t-shirts because we got our orders in.
My name is Victoria and I'm in kindergarten.
So Victoria's teacher writes, Victoria demonstrates kindness, safety, and responsibility in physical education and health education. Victoria's kindness shines bright when she interacts with others. She's always willing to help friends, makes safe choices, and her smile is contagious. Keep up the great work. And she was nominated by our elementary PE teacher, Ms. Kohler. So congratulations.
My name is Layla and I'm in kindergarten.
Great. Layla's teacher writes, Layla is friendly and kind to all of the children. She follows all of the rules in class and at recess. She stays safe and always turns in her assignments and homework on time, and this shows responsibility. She's a happy learner and is a true role model to her peers in kindergarten. I love being her teacher. From Mrs. Gracia.
Hi, my name is Dahlia and I'm in kindergarten.
Okay. Dahlia's teacher writes, Dahlia is such an awesome continental Colt. Dahlia is kind to her teacher and her classmates. She listens well, pays attention, and always participates in every activity. Dahlia gives her best efforts each day. She has a very sunny attitude and it's just a pleasure to teach. I'm so happy she's in our class this year. Mrs. Overson, congratulations.
My name is Doja and I'm in 5th grade.
All right. Georgia's teacher writes, Georgia is a kind friend and a good listener. She cares and is kind to others. She's patient, responsible, and organized. I'm very proud and glad to be her teacher. Mrs. Midland.
Hi, my name is Peter and my teacher is Miss Navarro.
Peter's teacher writes, Peter is kind and caring student. He's always eager to learn and has excellent participation in class. He's very responsible and consistently puts forth his best effort to succeed. Peter is also very considerate of others and is always willing to help his classmates. We are very lucky to have him in our class. Congratulations, Peter. Sari's teacher writes, Sari always comes to library ready to learn. She is kind to all her classmates, respectful to the teacher, and almost always remembers to bring her book each week. She participates during a reading discussion and is willing to help her classmates when needed. Thank you, Sari, for being such a kind, safe, and responsible library friend. And she was nominated by our librarian, Mrs. Lathan. Congratulations.
I'm in fourth grade.
Afton is endlessly kind to everyone she meets and interacts with. She's quick to help anyone who needs it and tries her absolute best every single day. Way to go, Afton. Congratulations.
My name is Stephen and I'm in fifth grade.
So, his teacher writes, Stephen is new to Continental this year. I've loved getting to know him. His smile lights up a room. He makes new friends easily and is kind to everyone. I can count on Stephen to stay on task, complete his work, and ask questions if he needs help. Stephen is a great addition to our Colt family. And this is Adams. Congratulations. So Audrey was nominated by the middle school team of teachers. As a middle school team, we would like to recognize Audrey Kahn as our November Colt of the Month. Time and again, she's made good, honest, and responsible choices. She's caring and always strives to do the right thing. She treats fellow classmates with integrity and helps create a positive learning environment wherever she is. We're very proud of you, Audrey. Keep up the good work. Middle school team. If we could invite all of you, Colt of the Months, to please come back up here while we honor two of our employees.
Mama. I'm ready.
Parents, if you want to come and get pictures with them up here, you can do that as well. So while parents take pictures real quick, I want to introduce what the Golden Horseshoe Award is. That's like the Employee of the Month that we have for our staff. Something unique this year that we're doing instead of us as administration picking it. Their peers, so all the staff gets to vote every month of who they feel represent. And so the individual and how we used to speak in the years past about our staff members, we'll still do that because we're up here and we can. But the comments being read are actually from the employees' colleagues. So that is what the Golden Horseshoe Award is.
Great. So our first one that is going to be given out is to Clarissa Molina. And Clarissa wasn't able to be here tonight. She's a little under the weather. But Clarissa Molina, she's our attendance clerk at the front office. And her colleagues write, Clarissa always has a smile in the front office and is always willing to help out when we need something done. Clarissa's jumped on board and has been a huge help. She's always so helpful to parents, students, and staff, and we're very lucky to have her here with us at Continental. Clarissa Molina when we have our next staff meeting. Our next one is Mrs. Zabo. And her colleagues write, As a colleague, Mrs. Zabel is always considerate of others. She's professional, she's detailed and organized, and provides the students with the utmost attention and dedication to learning, resulting in positive academic achievements. Mrs. Zabel is always going above and beyond her own job expectations. We appreciate her in all that she does.
Just add a few things with Mrs. Zabel. She is our ELL teacher, and it's been really, really challenging over the last couple of years because it seems like every 6 months to 12 months, the State Department changes what the expectations are. And so she's come in and learned the first way, then the next year had to relearn everything because the state mandated change. And she's done this while loving and caring for the students first and foremost. But it has been a lot of work on her part. And it's been a privilege to work with her. And I want to just, throw some accolades out there of one of the students that made that change that Ms. Rico talked about was due to the work that Ms. Zabel did with one student made that difference in that change. And so if it wasn't the love and compassion she has for her subject, we wouldn't be in that boat where we are today. So thank you for your hard work working with all those kiddos.
Thank you, Mrs. Zabel, for all of your dedication and the passion that you have. It has been a crazy few years with all of the changes, but you're so dedicated and we appreciate you very much.
Ready, school season? There you go. Ready? Everybody say Colts. Colts! Rock! Rock! Yay! Okay, thank you. Good job.
Well, thank you very much. Ms. Sabo, how long have you been at Continental? I know it's been at least 17 years. Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew you when you were a puppy then.
Yes.
Very good.
Way back when, yes, so thank you.
So we're going to move on to some more business items. You guys are welcome to have another piece of pizza and stay, or grab a slice and go. We'll take like a minute recess just for a second to let things calm down.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good kids. Okay, let's get started again. We'll start with the consent agenda. This is a motion item. Second. Any discussion?
I had two questions on the vouchers, but received answers from Mr. Schubert this afternoon.
I'd just like to add a little whoop whoop for the raises coming up. Thank you.
Yeah, just for the record, I asked a handful of teachers that came to our Christmas thing that they should be watching, and I'm sure they did not read the agenda. So I will attempt to read this to some degree. So here's the raises coming up January.
Do we need to approve the consent agenda?
That's part of
The
the
roll call?
That's part of the.
That's in the consent agenda?
Yeah,
Okay.
unless I got it wrong.
Yes.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, go. So certified staff, 7% raise. Classified staff's under $14 an hour will get 8.2. Those over 14 will get 7. Administrative staff will get 8.4. And with the remaining budget, this will leave us with $196,000 of unencumbered funds. So this is going to go into effect the first paycheck on January 13th. It's really exciting. We have all really fought with this we really don't want to leave money on the table, and there's a certain amount we have to keep in reserve to add a new teacher, this, that, and this whole silly, what do they call that, with the state, with the funds that they need to approve, the override. But that said is, you know, I think it's unprecedented, correct me if I'm wrong, mid-year to give raises like this to the school staff. Have you seen that before?
So we typically, districts will give the raises up front, but we've
Right.
been conservative and also trying to make sure to wait for the aggregate expenditure
That's
limit
what I was.
to see what we're going to do before we give out raises at the beginning. So we've let staff know that, you know, once we see where we are at midpoint, that we'll be able to instill raises. But it would be nice, the aggregate expenditure limit is corrected to be able to give raises and let teachers know in the fall what their raises are going to be. And with that being said, I know we've talked about performance pay for teachers. So that's something that I'm looking into so that we could bring something to the board by February, March, so that at the end of the school year, when we do see that we do have extra funds, that we are able to give performance pay for teachers as well for increased student achievement. Thanks.
Okay. With that,
Mrs. Kais?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen? Yes. Mr. McGibbon?
Yeah.
Mr. Allery?
Yes.
Mr. Oster?
absolutely. With that, we have the district financial report. Unfortunately, Greg's not here to talk about it. He's recovering from some surgery, which I hear he's recovering very well, stubborn as he is. So do we have a motion to approve the district financial report?
I'll move to approve the district financial report.
Second.
Thank you. Any discussion? Okay.
Mrs. Kais?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen? Yes. Mr. Allery?
Yes.
Mr. McGibbon?
Yeah.
Mr. Oster?
Thank you. All right. The calendar.
Okay, so before you,
Yep.
you
Thank you.
have the new calendar for the proposed calendar for next school year. It mirrors our calendar for this year. We've also worked with, again, making sure that our dates coincide with Sahuarita. So the number of dates for students, staff, and Wednesdays are all the same as this year's calendar.
Okay, do we have a motion on next year's calendar?
I'll move to approve the calendar.
I'll second.
My only comment is I wish Sahuarita would implement the Thanksgiving week like we do. I mean, they get off kind of a half-day Wednesday before Thanksgiving, and nothing happened. My son goes there, you know, Tuesday and Wednesday, there's nothing going on. None, right? So, anyways, with that, I'll be quiet and go for our vote.
Mrs. Kais?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen? Yes. Mr. McGibbon?
Yeah.
Mr. Allery?
Yes.
Mr. Oster?
And I'm a yes. All right, the next one is the ASBA Delegate Assembly, which is occurring in December 15th in Phoenix. We need to have a delegate. I was a delegate last year, and I'm more than happy to do it again. So we needed to make that an action item just to make it all official.
I move to approve the proposed ASBA 2023 political agenda.
So the meeting occurred in September, and then there's going to be another one in December, right, in that meeting. And the political agenda is is attached as well. So you're,
Yeah.
so you're willing to
Yes.
continue, so Kelly just moved that. It's not stated very clear in the recommended action.
Then I'm wondering if anybody else wants to go, that is.
Are we moving to approve Steve Go specifically on the one on December 15th?
So we need a representative from the board to represent us at the
Okay,
ASB December meeting.
I
to
nominate Steve
discuss the
Osterly
political agenda. Okay.
to be our representative at the assembly. Thank you, Steve.
Second.
Discussion?
We didn't submit anything this year for the political agenda, did we?
No.
But I could certainly take, I don't know quite how that works, but we can figure it out between next week or something.
I imagine it'll be the same minus all the COVIDs.
What we submitted last year wasn't included at all anyways.
Yeah, they kind of have their own little fish.
Well, isn't that what the motion is, to approve the political agenda for the ASBA?
It's the proposed draft, and so it is there in your packet, it was attached. So again, if we want to have discussion about it before, so that Mr. Osterly can take back some information, but there's the changes that were provided by ASBA. So yes, they are asking that we approve the draft, because then there's going to be discussion at ASBA. And then I'm assuming that after the discussion, they're going to bring it back for formal discussion and vote from governing boards.
That's what they've done in the past. Right?
Okay.
So we're just technically approving that we've received their draft, and that we'll review and send Mr. Osterly will be our message.
It's kind of interesting, they give you a little electronic thing to vote, and then there's people get up and give their opinions, and yada, yada, yada.
Well, we have two motions on the floor. We have a motion to approve Steve Osterly as the representative, and that motion was made after the motion, which was the approval of the proposed ASBA 2023 political agenda.
You're right, so then,
And that the approval of Steve Osterly was not in new business.
So
okay, we can approve the agenda, and then we can have a Zoom meeting to approve me to go. If that's how
Do
we need to,
do we need to?
or do we?
I don't think we need
I
to
don't
approve
think we
you.
have.
Okay,
no, it's
Okay.
just a discussion
A
on
discussion item to-
who will be representing,
Right, it's
representing us.
put some straws out and see who gets the short one.
no, so I figure since I'm already gonna be there. Okay,
But if the political agenda is gonna come back to us for final approval, why is it necessary to approve the proposed agenda?
Because our approval or disapproval of the proposed agenda is what we're asking Steve to take to the ASBA meeting.
Okay.
so if there's, just speaking off the cuff, if there is something that we would want me to, because it's an open forum, to talk about whatever, I'm more than happy to do that. I don't think we all have delved into it enough to do that. So anybody can, according to the rules, anybody can attend, but then each member has one official delegate. And that's what's the vote.
That's correct.
Okay. Okay,
So the motion on the floor was the approval of the proposed ASBA 2023 political agenda. It was moved by Member Allen, and I don't think we have a second.
so if there's not a second, I think we had a little, maybe this motion or item was not presented right? Right?
Well, Mr. O'Leary, did you?
I
Second.
seconded the nomination of him to be our delegate.
Right.
But Mrs. Kais mentioned that that specific item was not as indicated as a new business item on the agenda.
So we're gonna go back to our first motion, which was the approval of the proposed SBA 2023 political agenda by Ms. Allen. So we need a second. Or not.
We need a second to move it to discussion. So I'll second.
Okay.
Any discussion?
I struggle mightily with the ASBA political agenda. 4/5 of it is funding. And while I absolutely support adequate funding of our public schools, I remember recommendations that we made last year, especially as far as simplifying the school finance system, which I think is the most convoluted, misunderstood, ununderstood by the public process that I've ever seen anywhere. And that was never included whatsoever in the political agenda of the ASBA. So I struggle with this agenda.
Call a question?
Mrs. Geis?
No.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. McGivern?
No.
Mr. O'Leary?
No,
Mr. Osterby?
Yes. All right. Now to the Fight Club Coordinator. Motion to approve the additional.
Mr. President, point of information, could
Yes.
you repeat what the motion is that just
The
failed?
motion was that failed was for us to support the agenda. The proposed political agenda in delegate assembly.
Thank you.
So if I'm hearing that right, I'm in being advised based on our board vote to vote no, but they vote on each individual item. It's not just a vote of,
And I
The
think
whole
that's
thing.
something that representing Continental, you could go bring that up at the meeting and express the concerns of the board on
I
why,
can certainly do that.
on why it is not approved to support the local agenda.
Okay. They're good? Okay. Fight Club Coordinator, looks like Mr. Vance wants to do some mountain biking.
More power to him then.
Yeah, so we currently have one, and there's the rationale. Mr. Lathan is requesting that the board approve an additional mountain bike club sponsor because the club has grown. And for safety reasons, we really need to have two adults there in the lead and bringing up the rear with bike club kids.
Cool. So that's $325 a coach.
I move to approve the additional bike club to the meeting.
Second?
Any discussion?
Mrs. Geis?
Yes.
Mrs. Allen?
Yes.
Mr. McGivern? Mr. O'Leary?
Yes.
Mr. Osterby?
Okay, so we voted for the need of this position.
Mr. Osterly?
Oh, I'm good. Yeah. Sorry.
Now we're voting on
So-
the person.
Sorry. I got
That's
ahead of
willing
myself.
to be-
So now we're voting on, for Mr. Vance to be the coordinator. And so we need a motion for that.
I move to approve Mr. Vance as the Mountain Bike Club coordinator.
Second.
All right, my only comment was I need to come and watch Mr. Vance on a mountain bike. He's a good guy, so we'll see what happens.
We'll be well supervised and trained with Mr. Curtis, who is the original.
Oh, right on. Yeah, okay,
He'll be fine.
okay. Roll call, please.
Mrs. Geist,
Yes.
Mrs. Allen,
Yes.
Mr. McGivern,
Yes.
Mr. Allery,
Yes.
Mr. Osterly.
Yes. Okay, our events. It's a busy December. I don't know if we need to go through them. Is there any that you want to point out that are bigger events than others?
No, just our concerts and our choral concert and our winter musical programs. Just come on in. If you're here, please make sure that you let us know, because we do like to make sure that we do proper introductions of our board members when they're in attendance. So if you can flag Deanna down or Mr. Nathan to make sure we know you're in the audience, okay?
Joe, could you get Lathan to come in for a second? Okay, with that, we have our information, so we'll go around, but I do want to wait till Steve gets in. So we meant to share this earlier. Steve, if you want to come up and share this, please.
So, I won't talk too much about our boys basketball team, just the highlights. It was a rough season. They ended up 0-7, with only one 8th grader that was on the team through the entire time. So it was very challenging for our 6th and 7th graders to go out there. And for the most of the time, the tallest boy on our court was about here, and then on the other team, they would have 2 or 3 my height. So it was rough as far as that goes. The athletic directors and the coaches vote every quarter, as you're aware, for sportsmanship award. And although our boys really got some beatings, most of our scores averaged around like 8 to 60, 60 plus was the end result of scores. Our boys never, ever, ever quit a game. So if you wiped the scoreboard clear and walked in, you would think that our team was probably winning because of the effort that they were putting forth. And just they never gave up, diving on the floor, getting every ball that they could, and trying their best to get it to the other end of the court and try to get a shot off before it got taken from them again. But just scrappers and really good kids. And the other coaches and athletic directors noticed that effort. And at the end of the game, they'd be there with smiles on their faces, shaking the hands of their opponents that just showed them no mercy. And so they were selected sportsmanship of the year for basketball. So as you guys know, because I've done this a long time with all of you, I cherish this more than I do a first place trophy. So although we had a record of 0-7, all of our boys and coaches are winners in my book because they came home with the most important hardware that I'm super proud to put in our trophy case. So they're not here, but if you're watching, boys, thank you so much for your hard work and coaches for bringing this home to Continental. So once the person.
All right, any other discussion? Shelley?
Well, I want to say that I was thinking about the board and this being my last night. And I think many of you know that I am probably off to Italy, so buonasera. I am very excited, but I was thinking life is like a box of chocolates. And you never know what you get until you unwrap it. And this board has been a little bit like that. You never knew what you were getting with any of us till you started unwrapping us. As much as you tried, yeah, the nutty ones. As much as you tried to wrap it back up and put us back in the box, probably not possible. But here's the deal. I've been on the board now for 3.5 years. And I will say that it was as difficult for me not to run as it was for me, it would have been for me to run. Because I knew I needed to go do other things. I'm at one of those new decades. But the things that we have done as a board and as an administration, although not easy to get done, have been phenomenal. I say this 100 times. Keeping the school open out of 16 counties in Pima, or 16 districts in Pima County was nothing short of phenomenal, and just served our children so well. Returning $1 million to the taxpayer, phenomenal. You don't see that at TUSD. You don't see that at Sunnyside. Going from a B to an A, again, phenomenal. Getting sportsmanship awards. Those are the great things that should be measured in a district. And so I just want to say it's been an honor to serve on the board. It's been mostly a pleasure. There have been times when we've had to make very difficult discussions, and we've had them, and we've come out the better for it. And so, again, my gratitude to all of you. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure, and I look forward to seeing you guys succeed, and most of all, doing the fun stuff now. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
I feel kind of shabby following that up, but thank you very much for everything you've done for the board. I've really enjoyed being able to glean as much experience from you as possible. You've taught me a lot. I've had a lot of fun sparring with you. I really appreciate your patience. So thank you. Enjoy.
Oh, I will. I will.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate the administration and the staff for the A school grading. I think it's fabulous. When people buy real estate in this district, they look at things like that, and it's a major flower in our hat, and my congratulations. I know it's a lot of hard work to do that and improve that. I would also like to extend my thanks to Mrs. Kais for her counsel, her guidance, her contributions to this board. I think they've been invaluable. And I would just like to, this is a special time of the year. And I just want to wish everybody a most blessed Christmas, and to our Jewish friends a very happy Hanukkah, and just a wonderful rest of the year. And let's just have a great 2023.
Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Well, Mrs. Skies, thank you so much. I really did learn a lot from you. And it opened my eyes to things that I never even thought about. So thank you for that. And you know what? We've got a great future in front of us. You guys all know it. So let's make it happen.
Good, thank you. Thank you all.
So thank you. With that, we'll take a recess to sign some paperwork.
You know, we still have 19 of these outstanding.
So she's sick. She's
I know, how many do we have more to sign?
You're right. It's not. Well, not as many.
He was going into an area with no signal, so we got disconnected. We just started getting.